Bem-vindos de volta, o meu nome é Cipra e hoje irei jogar uma demo de um jogo criado por fãs baseada no show do Glitch chamado The Amazing Digital Circus. Este jogo chama-se The Amazing Digital Dating Simulator, onde vamos passar 5 dias a ajudar as personagens do jogo a prepararem-se para uma das aventuras preparadas pelo Caine, que seria o Festival da Cultura. Durante estes 5 dias vamos ter a opção de desenvolver romance com 5 das personagens: a Pomni, a Gangle, a Ragatha, o Jax e a Zooble. Para já, apenas está disponível a demo do jogo, em que podemos desfrutar de apenas um dia nesta experiência. No entanto, está previsto que o jogo saia completamente, se não me engano, no final ainda deste mês de março. Aviso desde já, antes de começar o jogo, que é possível que eu, sem saber, sem querer, dê spoilers para o último episódio que saiu, o episódio 8. Portanto, se ainda não o viram, cuidado, saiam do vídeo ou vão ver o episódio. É fantástico, é heartbreaking e... yeah, ok, é só um aviso, ok? Portanto, sem mais demoras, vamos começar. Welcome to the Amazing Digital Dating Simulator, a slice of lifestyle school setting where anything and everything is possible. I'm Caine, and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at the Amazing Digital Academy. Ah, estás numa academia, wow. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher. That's very... Isso é muito Jax. Become a straight A student or a rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first. What uniform will you be donning? Como assim? Que giro, dá para escolher o nosso género. Ok. Oh, uniforme. I don't know se muda, mas pronto. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? Cipra, obviamente. Cipra, huh? Are you sure you like that name? Yeah, tenho certeza. É o meu nome. Alrighty then, Cipra. Then let's head inside. Hi, my name is Cipra. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. Muito vago, de facto. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Okay. Today's my first day at this new school. School? I guess school. I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger. So where is the teacher? Oh meu Deus, Professor Kinger, sim. As I step into the room to let in any other students that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. Hops? Oh, Jax? The figure looks like a tall white piece, from a gaming set. Especially he looks like a king in chess. Quem será, né? It takes me a moment to put 2 and 2 together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be... Hello, my name is Kinger. I kinda sound like Caine. Tem que ser mais calmo. Hello, my name is Kinger. Mas ele que tá sano, though. O que é muito raro no show. You must be pleased to meet me. Tô, Kinger, tô muito pleased. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of genuine sense of excitement. Como é que te atreves? Já não tá excitado a conhecer o Kinger. Good morning, students. On the docket today we have a new student named... Oh, what's your name again? I'm Cipra and I'm always down for a good time. I'm Cipra, don't mess with me and we'll be good. Hey everyone, I'm Cipra. I look forward to learning with you all and I hope we can all be friends. Vamos com essa, sure. Rightio. Go on and take any open seat, Zebra. Most of our students don't bite. Quem é que morde? O Jax. Nós já sabemos isso. One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. Yep. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. I take a seat next to the girl in colorful hats and sailor uniform. Colorful hats? Connecting. I sit next to the shy-looking girl with a comedy mask and ribbon body, say Gangle. I sit next to the mismatched figure with a bored look on their face, Zooble. I sit down next to the cheery-looking ragdoll in front of the class, Ragatha. I sit down with the mischievous-looking purple rabbits, Jax. I sit down in the teacher's chair. Quem é esta pessoa? Sailor uniform. Chapéu colorido e... What? Sailor uniform é o uniforme normal lá nas coisas de anime, right? Quem é esta personagem? Eu sinto a ser burra. Mas sure, eu quero saber quem é. I take a seat next to the girl with the colorful hats. A Pomni! Oh my god! Ok, eu estava a imaginar tipo um chapéu tipo praia or something. Não estou a dizer que me esqueci que a Pomni existia, mas tipo a descrição não estava a chegar lá. Also, nunca... Já, acho que já, por acaso. Mas tipo, isto não é a tua roupa normal, girl. Oh, hi. She gives me a shy wave, as if she's surprised I want to sit next to her. Hello there. I squint down at her desk. Written on it is the name XDDCC, though I'm pretty sure I heard another student address her as Pomni. XD? O que é XD? It's Pomni. She says, covering the plaque on her desk with one of her gloves. Just Pomni. She lets out a sigh. When I first got here, well, it's a long story, but basically I couldn't remember my name, so Caine tried to make one up for me. For the first few days here, I was XDDCC. Isto aconteceu. XDDCC. How did she manage to pronounce that? But nobody could pronounce that, so we ended up going with the second name he picked out, Pomni. Guess that makes sense. As much sense as anything makes here, at least. Eu devia ver os episódios todos outra vez, porque eu não me lembro disso. Though, come to think of it, since you just showed up, I'm officially not the newest one around here. So I can show you the ropes if you're interested. Just as she says that, the ragdoll student at the front of the class, claro que ela está à frente, seems to take notice of us, walking over to our desks. Oh, hi you two! Pomni, are you making friends with the new transfer students? Hey, Ragatha. Yep, just talking to Cipra. Pomni turns to me. Cipra, this is Ragatha. She's our class president. Again, claro que é. Ragatha extends a hand towards me. Welcome to our school, Cipra. If you ever need help with anything at all, I'm your gal. She beams. I'm happy you and Pomni are getting along. Can I tempt you with a tour of the school later? Maybe Pomni can come along too. What do you think? Pomni interjects. Oh, that's really okay, Ragatha. I've been on your tour a few times. I'll, sit this one out. Oh, you sure? Well, okay. What do you say, Cipra? She says, leaning towards me. Yeah, eu actually gostava de ver a escola toda. Portanto, a tour sounds great. Ragatha, actually, I'd like to keep talking with Pomni. Can you two jump off my back? I just sat down. Não, eu quero ver a escola. That's just swell, Cipra. Ragatha says with a pump of her fist before leaning over to Pomni. Are you sure you don't want to come along, Pomni? Pomni looks away. No, it's okay. You two have fun. Pomni's attention goes back to class, as Ragatha has monopolized my time. Welp, Guess it's just us. Guess it's just us this afternoon, Cipra. I guess so. Parece que sim. I was just settling into my desk and getting used to this place when something bursts into the room. Principal Caine, how exciting to have you in our class today. Oh my god, okay. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. Yes, Daddy Bubble. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Well, Kinger, class, how do you do? Principal Caine extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. With a sound like porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slam shut. My god, no English. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth like they're not solid objects. As físicas, aceita só. Cipra, I wasn't expecting you here. Okay. Manic. Enthusiasm suffuses his voice as he points his cane at me. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to make this school interesting. He pauses a moment, rubbing the base of his chin, queixo, como quem diz, né? In contemplation for a moment. Is there a reason you're here, Caine? Zooble speaks to him like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of the school. Yeah, Zooble does not give up. Caine perks up. That's right. The reason I'm here to make sure we all have an enriching academy experience, one filled with fun, danger, adventure. He begins to list more and more descriptors, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting to our studio audience. Yep, he sounds good. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he addressing somebody? That doesn't appear to be anybody outside. However, the numbers are in, students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally, this is the time that I tell you that means the end of school life as we know it. Caine bites one of his hands in mock horror. The class and Kinger play along, gasping at this revelation. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. Gangle aguenta-se. However, my sweet-toothed students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring public interest back to the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed bubble next to him pipes up. How dare you bringing interest back to the school, Mr. President? Caine shoots the bubble a confused look, but it's his stride a moment later. You see, my little Tomar Emeralds, what's one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of colorful characters? Never done. A competent principal? Adequate funding? Caine shakes his head. Wrong. And surprisingly, right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has at a cultural festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best cultural festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy. We gotta keep the interest of our investors after all. E gods? O que é que se quer dizer? I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger. I'll leave it to the list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days. Break a leg or 2. As abruptly as he appeared, Caine darted out of the room, disappearing from view as he headed to his appointment. Alright, class, let's see what roles Caine assigned to each of you for the culture festival. Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as the class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. You can count on me. Zooble and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. Yep, faz sentido. I don't know. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else. Pomni and Jax look up what a cultural festival is. Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? Tá a pensar exatamente a mesma coisa, Pomni. Nah, I like this idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for our posters. If it's anything like she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. Bam! Gangle exposed. Jax! Não estava a dizer assim. Jax! Não sei, a Gangle é muito soft-spoken. Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. Yeah, também acho que é pelo melhor. The class erupts into chaos as Zooble and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to find out what a cultural festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lessons planned and is just waiting out the lunch bell. São as melhores aulas essas. Quando está na aula planeada, podemos fazer o que quisermos. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and files out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. Comer, espero eu. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces. Around me, there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I picked up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scanned the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. Okay, I think Ragatha wanted to give me a tour of the school. I guess I could just take my lunch back to the classroom. Oh, I sat alone. There's nobody I felt particularly close to. Mas tipo, ela ia-nos dar uma tour da escola, though. Mas também quero comer, though. Eu sentaria-me sozinha numa situação destas. I found a seat at an empty table and set my food down there. Apparently today was pork cutlet day. But by the time I got to the front of the line, all of the pork cutlet... Então, mal planeado! Had already been taken by other students. I ended up just getting a slice of stale pizza and a chocolate milk. Que lanche horrível. Leite com pizza. What the heck? I sighed. This is just like my old school. I sit alone. Just like my old school. When the lunch bell finally rings, I step out of the lunchroom and head to the 2 afternoon classes. They're uneventful. Finally, the last bell rings and it is time to go home. What a boring day. I walk to my locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to today's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I gather my things, a familiar doll walks up to me. Hey, Cipra, I'm getting ready to head back for the day. You getting ready, not me. Forgot this. Yep. Ragatha looks around a bit, seemingly working up the courage to ask something. You know, if you want to, I could walk with you back today. How does that sound? Sure thing. Nem de opção. Adoro. Oh, awesome. She beams. Ragatha and I make our way to the front doors of the school. Hey, Cipra. She looks at me as if she just remembered something very important. This is your first night here, right? Sure. I mean, it's technically my first day here. The sun has barely begun to set, so I don't know why she's saying first night. I'll show you the school... I'll show you the dorms then. She gives me a polite smile. I hate to let her down, but... Actually, Ragatha, my parents are picking me up today. Ragatha gives me a confused look. Are you sure about that, Zebra? I think I am. I'm not sure why she's questioning that. But as she asked me the question, I try to remember what my parents said about picking me up today. I begin to discover worrying gaps in my memories. Oh ho. Did my mom or my dad drop me off? Was it someone else? What does the car that I was dropped off in look like? What do my parents look like? I begin to hyperventilate as I realize if it weren't for seeing my own reflection in a mirror when I was washing my face in the bathroom this morning, I wouldn't even remember what I look like. What's happening to me? In the corner of my eyes, abstract patterns, oh no, abstract patterns begin to fade in and out of existence. Primeiro dia, calma, não podemos abstract yet. It's okay, Cipra. Everyone goes through this the first day they're here. My breath begins to steady. The abstract patterns fade. Things start to feel, well, normal. Yeah. Well, normal definitely isn't the word, but at least a little more okay. They do? Yeah, it's this weird thing. Nobody really knows how it works. Most of us can't even remember our own names. Well, at least I managed to remember my name. Unless somebody else made that up for me? No, that's ridiculous. Honestly, I haven't even seen anyone ever leave campus. So we, what, just go inside and sleep on the floor of our homeroom? Ragatha laughs. No, Caine actually built us a set of dorms to stay in. She says, offering a hand. Something to give us a break from the old rigmarole of going from class to class. I take her hand. I'll lead you there. Don't worry. Ragatha smiles gently as she leads me by my hand to a building nearby. Just by glancing at the doors, I can tell who stays where. Can we? Deixa-me ver. Zooble, Pomni, what the heck, o quê? Eu não consigo distinguir. Será que isto é Jax? Must be. Isto aqui, o Kinger, é mais normal todas. E depois Ragatha e... Ragatha e Gangle, tipo... Gangle, se calhar, porque tem assim estilo... I don't know, japonês. Is that a witch? E Ragatha? Porque é tipo barn. É tipo madeira, assim, tipo... Como é que se diz barn em português? Pronto, não me lembro, mas vocês percebem. Assumo que seja isso, as portas. Assumo. The vibrant... vai explicar. The vibrant red and blue door has to be Pomni's room. Another door is sleek with bright geometric shapes all over it. That has to be where Zooble stays. Esta, pois. I could pick Jack's door out of a crowd. It's darker than the others and crisscrossed with black and yellow striped caution tape. Ragatha... Eu não explicaste as outras, mas vou assumir que estava correta, tendo em conta que esta é, de facto, a da Ragatha. Ragatha stops at a ranch-style door before proceeding. This is my room, Zebra. She smiles. A não ser que a outra porta, a que eu disse que era do Kinger, era a nossa porta. Porque nós temos de ter uma porta, right? I'm the class rep and the resident assistant here. So if you have any trouble with any of your dorm mates or need anything for your room, I'm your gal. She gives a jovial swing of her arm, sliding her door open. The inside is adorned with doilies. What the heck is a doily? A thick blue duvet covers her bed, and I think I even see a tea set on her white dresser. É que não vimos nada disso. My door's always open. As we stand there, Jax walks by. He gives Ragatha a wicked grin. Or it would be, if I could just... Or it would be if I could trust Jax not to put a centipede in my room. Jax, what the heck? Todos os bichos, uma centopeia seria a pior coisa que podiam pôr no meu... Ou uma aranha. Uma centopeia ou uma aranha. Mas uma centopeia, actually, seria pior. Jax gives her an offended look. Come on, Ragatha. Pranking the RA? I can't believe you think so little of me. He says, barely hiding a sadistic grin. Ignore him. She pauses a moment. And if you don't want to wake up to a centipede in your room, don't let Jax in. Jax lets out a dark chuckle as he overhears her, unlocking his door before stepping inside. She waits a few moments to make sure he's out of earshot before lowering her voice. But seriously, as long as you're not Jax, you're welcome to come visit me. If you need to relax or talk to somebody or just want to say hi. Now, let's go find your room. New stuff. We walk side by side until we find a new door that doesn't apparently belong to anyone else here. Ok, é a nossa porta. Não é da King Girl. This door is substantially less impressive than the doors to all the other rooms. A plain oak door with my name on a brass nameplate. I couldn't come up with a more boring door if I tried to imagine one. Ragatha turns towards me, noticing my disappointment. Hey, looks can be deceiving. Maybe it's really nice inside. I twist the handle and pull the door open. The room looks empty. Really empty. The walls are plain and unadorned. A grey mattress sits on a cheap-looking wooden bed frame. A duvet decorated with the school's logo has been set along the mattress, as well as a pair of plain white pillows. In the back corner, an aging wooden desk has been set up, with a few sheets of paper, a set of numbered 2 pencils, and some ballpoint pens in blue and black. Not even any pens in any favorite colors. In my favorite colors. Well, there's a lot of room to customize. She walks around in the vast emptiness of my room, the plain walls making it seem even bigger and emptier than it is. Haha. Haha. Yeah. Yeah. I rub a hand across the back of my neck. Can we go back and hang out in your room for a bit? I really don't want to be alone here. Oh! I'm really sorry, Cipra, but Caine doesn't want us in each other's rooms after the sun is down. Será. She offers an apologetic smile. I know it's a silly rule, but he says that since this is supposed to be a family-friendly environment, he doesn't want us in each other's rooms at night. Yep. She backs out of my room, crossing her arms across her chest with a nervous giggle. I technically shouldn't even be in your room right now. The rest of our conversation continues with her standing in the hallway and me in my dorm. So that's it for today? Yeah, I mean, you know where school is, right? And you remember all the places I show you. I nod. Mas tu não me mostraste nada porque, tecnicamente, porque eu não fui contigo no almoço. It's a lot to take in, but I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I got it from here, I guess. Ragatha nods with a weak smile. Good. That's good. We stand there. Awkward. The conversation has definitely dried up. Neither of us knows what to say next. I'll see you in class tomorrow? Well, I can walk with you to class tomorrow if you'd like. I know, that's something at least. Yeah, you know, if you aren't too busy being class rep and resident assistant. She smiles. Well, as class rep, I'm supposed to help new students get acclimated to our academy, so I can definitely make time for you tomorrow. Tomorrow. I smile back at her as we exchange goodbyes and I close my door. Maybe things will be alright. I lay down on my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping long when the lights in my room flash on, as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my dorm flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. What? Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters! Principal Caine announces from what sounds like the hallway. Well, time to investigate. At night right now? Caine, what the? Are you trying to pull this late at night? Aha! Zooble! His laugh is fast, forced, and manic. And it's a little... manic? I'm thinking a maniac or something. As if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it. Tip, haha, Zooble. You're lucky I even let you get sleep. This he blurts out in a harsh monotone, before recovering his cheery demeanor. I'm here because even with the culture fair pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that the Academy needs us to. Which is why I've secured us a sponsorship. He stretches out the last words, using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to... A drum plays from somewhere in the background. Ragatha looks like a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off sleep to understand what exactly Principal Caine is talking about. Alguém, acabei de notar na Gangle como fala suspeita. The Wacky Watch. You see, the vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their products. But now we have the perfect setting. Teen drama. But we're adults. I'm actually now, Gangle. I know this is a lot to take in, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a Wacky Watch to each of your wrists. Each of us glanced down. To my shock, the watch is already on my wrist. How did it get there? What in the... Onde é que tá o Jax? Minha voz até falhou. Onde é que tá o Jax? And don't try removing them either. They've been affixed to your wrists with a very special adhesive. Será que o Jax simplesmente ficou no quarto? Acabei de perceber que ele, se calhar, não saía, só porque sim. And if you do try to remove them, let's just say they'll be taking a little piece of you with them. Que mal, Caine. I can hear Gangle beginning to wind up as panic sets in. Pomni tugs at her Wacky Watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the wristwatch stays affixed. Her gloves stretching like rubber bands as she pulls at the watch. Ragatha just looks down with a resigned sigh. Yeah, Ragatha does that, não vale a pena. Caine, I can't even remove the arm with the Wacky Watch, what the Principal Caine ignores our complaints as he continues his monologue. You see, my turtle doves, in order to secure the funding we need to make it to Day 5 and the Culture Fair, I need you wearing the Wacky Watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need all of you to do ad reads, but it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your Wacky Watches. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do with your culture fair. Bye! He stretches out the last syllable as his body folds in on itself an infinite number of times, disappearing from sight. Well, I know it isn't ideal, but at least we can all talk to each other now. She'll make communicating about the cultural fair easier. I guess. With the sound of breaking glass, Gangle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes. I don't want a Wacky Watch. Seeing the situation unfolding before her, Pomni pipes up. Well, I think it could be useful. And look, Gangle, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw. Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrist and pointing out the picture chat feature. That is kinda nice. Gangle sniffles. Yeah, that's the right spirit, Pomni. Now let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door. What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm? I decide to hide in my room before Jax looks for someone to take out his frustration on. Especially vindo cá fora, Jax, sabias? I flick my dorm light off as I close my door. I check my Wacky watch. I got a text from Ragatha. Her portrait is outlined in gold to indicate that she's an RA. Hey, Zebra. I just wanted to check in on you after the whole Wacky watch thing. I guess I'm doing pretty okay, Ragatha. Just getting used to how things work here. I get that. Showing up to this school, losing our memories, and now the Wacky watch. It's a lot for anyone to take in. You're telling me. There's a few moments before Ragatha responds. Well, if you ever need to talk to anyone, I'm here. Thanks, I'll have to take you up on that. Oh, really? Yeah, it's nice to talk with you. That's kind of you to say, Zebra. Maybe I can make you tea sometime this week, between all the culture fair stuff. Odeisha. That sounds nice, Odeisha. Cool. Did she just send a smiling sunglasses emoji? Well, Ragatha can be kind of an old-fashioned, but it seems like she genuinely wants to help me fit in here. At least I have one friend at this school. De um completo. Guys. E se não me engano, o único dia que temos disponível. Sim. Ok. O jogo parece bastante promissor. Eu acho que para já, pelo menos, não passei muito tempo com muitas personagens. Tipo, eu não sei se sem querer escolhi o path da Ragatha. Tipo, se tivesse escolhido entre uma das personagens, se calhar Ragatha ia ser quem eu escolhia, de qualquer maneira. Mas se escolhi, tipo, não sei como. Foi só por causa da cena da Autor e de onde mas eu nem me sentei à beira dela, sentei à beira da Pomni. Não sei. Mas yeah, não tive assim muito tempo com a Gangle, a Zooble, o Jax também, Malby, né? Especialmente Zooble. Como eu mencionei, as únicas personagens que podemos criar romance são a Pomni, a Zooble, a Gangle, a Ragatha e o Jax. Acho que não me esqueci de ninguém. Mas honestly, eu aposto que muita gente vai estar zangada por não poder ter romance com o Caine. Assim, depois do episódio 8 faz sentido que não dê para ter romance com o Caine, não é? E eu devo dizer que ele está muito in character nesta demo. Principalmente na última parte de Durante a Noite. Tipo, ele é cheery, né? Mas depois quando está assim, tipo, farto da atitude das pessoas, deixa assim uma crack na personalidade dele, né? Tipo, quando eles disseram que ele disse aquela parte na voz monótona, né? O Caine é cheery, mas ele tem os seus momentos, right? Porque ele é cheery, ele tenta ser cheery, mas já percebemos que, não só no episódio 8, mas também antes, já percebemos que ele também é uma façade, né? Anyways, tem nada a ver com o jogo. Quer dizer, tem, mas não tem. Anyways, just babbling. Que eu saiba, eu estive a ver, este jogo não tem versão em português, portanto, se isso for um turn off, entre aspas, para vocês, tipo, lamento, mas não tem. Eu estive a ver, estive a procurar, a não ser que tenham procurado muito mal, mas, yeah. Also, o que é isto, o álbum? Vai haver fotos especiais de cada personagem. Ok. Deve ser depois da demo, obviamente. Acho que não perdi nada. Acho eu. A não ser que tenha sido, tipo, a tour da escola durante o almoço. Eu devia ter ido à tour, agora que penso bem. Damn it. Nem que fosse só para ver a escola em si. Mas pronto, se vocês quiserem, podem fazer isso para vocês. Eu vou deixar o link na descrição. O link do site. É só fazer download. Tem download diferente para o Windows e o Linux e depois para Apple. Mas são os dois disponíveis. É só fazer o download e jogarem a demo por vocês mesmos. Side note, antes de ir embora, só quero dizer que gosto muito do art style do jogo e as personagens estão fantásticas. Só quero dizer isso, só deixar isso aí out there antes de me despedir. E agora que disse, até à próxima.